Hello everyone and welcome to the sideboard at the Columbus Standard Open. I'm here with Andrew Shrout.
How's it going?
You got here this morning for the Standard Open and you had, I guess, an interesting problem is what we might call it.
I didn't exactly have a deck.
Okay.
I had like 2/3 of a deck, and then I had like 2/3 of a different deck. So, failing to like assemble the right third of either deck, I just cobbled the two together. I had about 45 of the cards for Bant Control and 45 of the cards for Naya mid-range. So failing to build them both, I just built 4-color Naya splash bluish mid-range. I don't really know how else to describe it.
And it's not just the Naya with Sphinx's Revelations deck that we've seen before. This has a little more to it. We've got Detention Spheres coming in.
Right.
You've also like kind of altered the creature base from what those decks played a little bit. You've got Borderland Ranger, which is kind of getting customary in those decks, but you also have main deck Centaur Healer.
Sure. The deck that I guess it was in Las Vegas, the Splash Sphinx's Revelation, there was a really heavy red element to that. It had a lot of Bonfire, it had Thundermaw Hellkite, I think it had 4 Searing Spears. I wanted to keep the red splash as light as possible. I basically just wanted some Huntmasters and some sideboard cards.
Okay.
So I tried to gear it more towards like just playing as many life gain creatures as possible. With the mana base being as shaky as it was, given what I had to work with, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to reliably like kill small creatures with like Searing Blaze or whatever else, Pillar Flame. So instead, I just wanted to be able to put as many life-gaining blockers into play as possible.
Makes sense. And given all the red decks here today, I imagine that's paid off reasonably well. I know I've seen you embroiled in a few Thragtusk mirrors, but even there, the additional life can let you go really long.
Yeah, Searing Spear is not going to do much there anyway. So
your long game is excellent with Sphinx's Revelation and Angel of Serenity.
Yeah.
Basically the two best things you can do in like any given matchup.
Yeah, typically the mid-range mirror revolves around Angel of Serenity battles, and I have 3 Detention Spheres main, so I have a main deck way to get a leg up there because it keeps the angels out of the graveyard, and then of course 2 Sphinx's Revelation, which are just going to blow a game wide open. What I don't have are bonfires. I would have liked a bonfire or 2. That's like if I'm playing against like a traditional Naya deck, that's how they can. Like I feel like I'm kind of a heavy favorite. But that's how they can get back in it. Like
the Angel of Serenity is one of the bigger problems for that matchup, to be sure, but Bonfire's a great equalizer, as they say. You've got both Garrux in the deck, and I'm curious, did we kind of like edge one towards the mana, or do we prefer one, or did we simply just not have enough of the other Garruk? That's just what we had?
No, I only had one Garruk Primal Hunter.
Okay.
Which is fine, because he basically just draws cards anyway, and I already have Sphinx's Revelation. So I don't feel like I need more of him. I could have played more Garruk Relentless. I think I had access to some more, but I have one on the main, one on the side, and I think that's a fine split. It's mostly I want it for like Huntmaster mirrors. If you were on the draw and they play a Huntmaster, you can't play your own Huntmaster, but you can play Garruk Relentless and get back in it. And it's also it's fine against random creature decks. Like I felt like it shored me up where I needed shoring up, and not in like the go big and draw cards department.
Okay. Moving to the sideboard, one of the more interesting things we get access to with the blue, you've got a pair of Jace Memory Adept and a Curse of Echoes. So you're really just kind of hitting them where they live here in the control matchup.
Yes, and that was the big draw for me. That's what convinced me that like building a deck in this style would actually be a good idea.
Okay.
Because traditionally, like the Naya mid-range decks, they're weak to control decks because they don't have a way to interact on any spectrum other than just making some guys and hoping the guys are good enough. I mean, they're resilient guys, but
no, you're right. Yeah.
So I have two Jace Memory Adepts and then 1 Curse of Echoes. So I was excited to have like ways to just like break a game open that they probably weren't expecting to have to deal with.
Sure. Well, it's all panned out despite your card availability issue, shall we say. You have started off the tournament undefeated.
I have.
Pretty deep into it now.
I have, and you're trying to jinx me.
I am
see what you're
just
doing.
a little bit trying to jinx.
It's okay.
Congrats on the good start, and good luck finishing it out.
Thank you.